Imagine you're a royal guard 3,000 years ago. Your one job: nobody gets near the king with a weapon. A visitor arrives at the gate. You pat down his left side. Clean. You wave him through. Big mistake. Possibly the biggest security fail in the entire Bible. Because hidden on his right thigh, under his robe, is an 18-inch double-edged sword. And in a few minutes he'll be alone with the king, behind locked doors. So why did you only check one side? Well, that answer is the whole story. And trust me, the ending of this story is even stranger than the beginning. This comes from the book of Judges, chapter 3, one of the oldest books in the Bible. And you can read it yourself, it's all there. Israel has been conquered by its neighbor, the kingdom of Moab, ruled by a king named Eglon. Now, the Bible gives us exactly one physical detail about this king. He was a very, very heavy man. Remember that detail. It's not there by accident, it matters later. For 18 long years, Israel has to haul tribute to his palace. Think of tribute as protection money, grain, silver, livestock, carried up the hill year after year to a king they hated. And this year, the man chosen to deliver it is a quiet craftsman from the tribe of Benjamin. His name is Ehud. On paper, he's the safest possible choice. But Ehud has something nobody is paying attention to, something people back then actually considered a defect. He's left-handed. Here's why that changes everything. In the ancient world, warriors were trained to fight right-handed. Some historians think left-handed fighters were even forced to switch. So when guards searched a man for weapons, they knew exactly where to look: the left thigh. That's where a right-handed man draws from. Reach across the body, grab, pull. Every guard knew the drill. So guess where Ehud straps his sword? Exactly, the right thigh, the one place nobody ever checks. The blade is short, about the length of your forearm, double-edged, with no crossguard. This is not a battle sword, it's a concealment weapon, and the Bible tells us he made it himself for this exact purpose. 3,000 years before anyone said the words security, blind spot, Ehud found one, and walked it right past the guards. Pat down, left side, clean. Come on in. By the way, if you're enjoying this hidden gem, hit that like button. It genuinely helps. Okay, back to the pat. Ehud delivers the tribute, bows politely, and walks his people out to safety. Mission over, right? No, because then he turns around and goes back, alone, into the palace he just left. He tells the king, "I have a secret message for you, your majesty." And here's the thing about kings: a king cannot resist a secret. Maybe it's news of a rebellion. Maybe it's a word from the gods. So Eglon says one word: silence, and dismisses everyone. Every servant, every single guard. Let that sink in for a moment. The security team that carefully patted down every visitor is now standing outside, while the king sits alone in his private rooftop chamber, with the one man in the kingdom carrying a hidden sword. Ehud steps closer and says, "I have a message from God for you." Eglon rises from his seat, and Ehud's left hand moves. He draws from the right thigh and drives the blade in, and remember the king's size? The text says the sword went in all the way, handle and all. Ehud doesn't even pull it back out, and then no fight, no leaping off the roof. He calmly locks the chamber doors and simply walks away. Some scholars think he slipped out through a back exit. The truth is, the text uses a word so rare nobody is completely sure. And now comes the strangest scene in the whole story. The servants come back, find the doors locked, and their conclusion is the king must be using the restroom. That is really in the Bible, chapter 3, verse 24. So they wait, and they wait. The text says they waited to the point of embarrassment. Think about that. Every polite, awkward minute, those servants stand there, too embarrassed to knock. Ehud is putting distance between himself and the palace. By the time someone finally grabs the key and opens those doors, he is long gone. But Ehud isn't running away. He's running towards something. In the hill country, he blows a trumpet and rallies Israel. Follow Israel on the journey. The only time so far, with they're gone, the occupation simply collapses. After 18 years of oppression, the Bible says the land had peace for 80 years. 80, the longest stretch of peace in the entire book of Judges. And it all traces back to the one thing everybody called a weakness. Ehud didn't beat the system with strength. He didn't beat it he beat it by being the one thing the system never planned for. So, quick question, you left-handed. Tell me in the comments. Let's count how many of Ehud's people are watching. And if you enjoyed this hidden gem, wait until you hear the next one. A dead man who comes back to life just by touching a prophet's bones. No, seriously, it's in there. Subscribe so you don't miss it.